This is the Beyond Grip from PlayVital. This grip has a ton in common with my favorite grip, the NeoGrip. It's got these interchangeable handles, it's dockable, it's got a lot to like, but does this thing actually stack up against the NeoGrip? We're gonna compare the two in this video. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about this and whether you should spend your $27 or so on this or just pay the extra $3 for the NeoGrip. All right, this video is sponsored by FlexiSpot. More on them later. I wanna jump right into this, and we're gonna talk about the way this thing looks. Now, as you can see, I have this in white. I got it in white for a few reasons. One, I think it's just gonna look better in the thumbnail. And two, basically every other grip I have for this Switch is black. You can get this in black. You can also get it in gray. I just wanted to get the white. I wanted to see what it looked like. It doesn't seem to resist fingerprints and dirt very well. So if you are gonna get this, I'm gonna say you probably wanna stay away from the white. The grips themselves are not bad because they're just plastic, but the actual case part of this itself is definitely taking some fingerprints. I can see already around this edge right here. It's not as white as it was when it got here, but let's take this thing off. I wanna show you guys a few quick things about this before we really get into the nitty gritty.
Gritty's off to the sideline.
Like I said earlier, this video is sponsored by FlexiSpot and their Lotus recliner. This has become my new favorite spot to play my Switch. It's so comfortable. It's got a huge seat width, so whether you're sitting upright, sideways, cross-legged, or really any way, you're gonna be perfectly relaxed while you're watching TV or playing your Switch. It swivels, it rocks, it reclines in seconds with the buttons on the side, and it's even got a USB port so you can charge your Switch while you're playing. Not only that, it's got a place on the side where you can store your Switch when you're done. So this chair actually comes with a variety of different features, and you can check it out by clicking the link down below right now and in the pinned comment. And if you want to pick one of these up, you can use my code LOTUS30 and get 30% off your chair plus free shipping. Once again, that link is down below in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you so much to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video.
One thing to note, and it's not that big of a deal because once it's on, this matters zero. It's pretty thin. I mean, you can bend this thing all the way back. I mean, it holds its shape pretty well. The plastic's fairly nice. I don't have any problem with the way this thing is built. Little something extra here that just happened. I actually was taking this off to put the NeoGrip back on, and it looks like it has split. Let me get this all the way off here. Yeah, it looks like some of that plastic has split away from the white part. So if you do get this thing, be careful. It doesn't look like it's going to mess it up or make it look bad in any way, but it is split away up there in the corner. So definitely be careful about that when you're taking this thing on and off if you get it. It is super thin right there, so it can be dockable. That's the point where it really bends a ton. And I will say, as far as docking goes, it is slightly tight. It's not that bad. It docks. It's not like some of the other ones that we've tried where I wouldn't put it in the dock. I think this is fine, and it does kind of come over the front a little bit when you put it on here. As you put it in, you kind of want to put the bottom in first, and then just kind of flip the top up over. It'll clip in. The sides will clip up on there. Fairly easy to get on and off, but it does kind of hang over the top of the front of the Switch and the bottom here. So it's got a little bit of protection from it being pushed into the inside of the dock. I haven't seen any issues yet. Slightly tight, but not that bad. The design, I mean, again, this is gonna be one of those things, take it or leave it. I'm not a huge fan of all this stuff that these companies do on the back. There are a lot of grips like this. The one we just looked at, I think the last grip video I did, that one had a weird design on it like this. This one's not as bad. You can see through this window. It shows the logo. I know some people really like to be able to see the logo on there. It's got all the cutouts you need. It does have button covers up here on the top. They are pretty good. They are independent, so they're not really trying to press the other one. When you press like the plus button, it's not trying to turn the volume down. Or when you press the volume down, it's not trying to turn the console off. They work pretty well. And for as thick as it is on the top here, that's really the only method they could go with. For something like this. If they had the buttons open, they would be so far down in there, I don't think you'd be able to press them. But as you can see, it's got openings for everything up on the top. Everything's very easy to get to. The game cartridge slot opens up just fine, not an issue there. The microphone is open. Everything on the bottom is open, and it fits well. This is not something that you're gonna have to worry about like just popping off. I mean, yes, if you really try, you can get it out of there. But this thing is on there really well. Even for as thin as it is, I thought it would flex a lot in the back, but it really doesn't. It holds its shape really nice. It fits on the Switch well. The tolerances on whatever they use to make this are very good. They did a good job designing this. You cannot get to your kickstand. That is one thing about this. You will not be able to open your kickstand up in any way. But the big part about this that really caught my eye are these. It has grips just like the NeoGrip does. Now the NeoGrip comes with 3 different sizes. You get the snap grips, which is what I like. You get, I think these are called the trigger grips, which are the ones that have the extra little piece up here on top. And then you get these regular grips, which are kind of the biggest ones. And they're pretty thick as far as how far they go back and how much you have to put your hand around there. So I wanna show you what the Beyond Grip comes with. It comes with a style of trigger grip like that. This little flared out piece for your finger to kind of sit on. I guess it's like your middle finger sits there, and then your other fingers can sit on the buttons up here. So these ones are fairly comfortable. I will say, compared to the ones on the NeoGrip, they are small. If you put them side by side, they just aren't as big. They are not, they're not as much to grab onto as it is with the NeoGrip. They are, these ones are kind of comfortable. I don't mind these that much. They do go on and off fairly easily. They look almost the exact same as the rail system on the NeoGrip. The only thing is, these ones don't really lock into place. With the NeoGrip, you do get kind of a satisfying little snap when they go into place. These ones have a lock, but you can't really, you don't really know when you're there. It just kind of stops, and you can kind of feel it disengage when you pull it out. You don't really get that locking sensation, and I will say these are a little too small for me. Coming from the NeoGrip, which I don't even use the bigger ones, but when I do feel like they're comfortable. These ones, the regular ones, I don't like the way these are shaped. They're a little bit too small. They're not terrible. I just feel like there could be a little bit more. They need to just be a little bit more on the back end there to be able to hold on to make it comfortable like the NeoGrip is. So as far as these two things, head to head, the NeoGrip does beat it. They're bigger. Unless you have smaller hands and you don't need something that big, then this may be fine for you. No problems there. I did see another video of someone testing this thing out, and they did have a problem getting one side on and off, which used to actually be a problem with the NeoGrips too. I know a lot of that has been fixed, but just something to think about when you're gonna get this thing, if you're gonna get this thing. I don't hate it though. It's $27. You can get it on their website, you can get it on Amazon, you can find it anywhere. I have links below where you can check it out if you wanna pick it up. You are getting a lot more protection for your Switch over the NeoGrip. I mean, obviously you got nothing on the bottom, you got nothing on the top whatsoever. This is gonna protect the back from scratches. It's gonna protect the top of the Switch. Obviously your buttons are still out there, so you gotta watch that. The entire bottom is connected. You don't get the kickstand, which for some people is a deal breaker. Another thing I did try, I wondered if the NeoGrip little grips here would fit on the back of this. They do not. They are slightly different shapes around the edges. It looks like they actually may fit if it was a different dimension right here around the edge. But they don't fit, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, not that I really expected that to happen, but it would have been cool. I think this is fine. If you like the look of this and you're fine with the $27, you don't get the smaller version of the grips. If you don't want to use these, I know a lot of people don't. I'm like one of the only people I know who uses these smaller ones on the NeoGrip. If you don't mind that and you like the way this looks, even in the gray or the black, I think this is a fine thing to spend $27 on. But I do want to acknowledge the fact that Savage Raven is bringing out their grip case, which is going to be something very similar to this, and it's also going to be compatible with their same grips. So if you're looking for something this style, this is on the market right now. I believe the grip case is up for pre-order on their website. I'll have a link where you can check this thing out, where you can check the NeoGrip out, the grip case, all that stuff down below. Their affiliate links. So if you click on them, it helps me, helps the channel. Appreciate that. But yeah, this thing's fine. I don't see any problem with it. For me, I'm sticking with the NeoGrip. I don't like the white. Probably shouldn't have bought it in white. Don't get it in white. But if you have any questions about the Beyond Grip, the NeoGrip, the grip case, anything at all regarding grips, let me know down in the comments. And that is gonna do it for this one. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like. Make sure you are subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.